Hello, this is Wayne Rivers at the Family Business Institute. I want to give you the results of a recent survey, in fact very recent, August of 2016, and kind of give you some background on family business psychographics by the numbers, okay? So here are the numbers: 93%, 92%, 81%, 80%, etc., etc. All of us think that our family businesses are completely unique, and in many ways they are. But at the same time, family businesses tend to think along a fairly narrow track in terms of how they view the wider world. So I want to give you some of that information so you can see that for yourself. We're interested in your comments, so click on the comments button and let us know what you're thinking. There's an element of politics in this, only in the sense that I'm going to let you know how family business owners identify politically as a result of this survey. And I know that that's always controversial, so there again, put your comments in and we'll get to them one by one, I promise. Okay? So now to the survey. The source of the survey is the Family Enterprise Institute, and it was also sponsored by the Family Office Exchange. So two very reputable organizations conducted the survey, and naturally there are hundreds of family businesses that responded, etc., etc. So if you want to see all that statistical stuff, just go to the Family Enterprise USA website and it's all there. Okay. Number one, 93% of the respondents in the survey own and operate their family businesses. That means that some have moved on, they've sold the legacy business or something like that. But 93%, that's a pretty overwhelming number. 92% give back to their communities. They're good stewards of their communities. 89% give dollars to the community. 77% volunteer and serve on the boards of organizations in their community. And 60%, thereabouts, also encourage their employees to give back, and that's through the form of matching contributions or time off from work to serve, or et cetera, et cetera. So that's pretty overwhelming. I can't think, I don't see all the surveys, but I can't imagine really there are many people anywhere doing anything that are more charitable and more giving than family business owners when it comes to their very own communities. 81% of the respondents said that they considered the family business a part of their family legacy. And we've seen that to be true in my 28 years at the Family Business Institute. The business becomes part of the family's identity, whether family members work there or not. The family business has an amazing gravitational pull. And children, grandchildren, even great-grandchildren identify with the family business somehow. Maybe the name is on the building, the name is on the hospital because the business did so well over time they were able to contribute there. Whatever, the family identifies with the business, and they find that as a source of their individual identities as well. 80% of family businesses who responded are growing, and about 2/3 are hiring, which is terrific if you're like me and you have a graduating college senior. It's good to know the marketplace is getting better and people are hiring. Politics now, okay? In the survey, 48% of family business owners identified as Republican, 30% identified as independent, about 7% identified as libertarian or conservative or simply refused to answer, and only about 15% identified as Democrat. Now, I know the 15% of you are going to send me angry emails. Again, put them in the comments and we'll get to them, that's fine. But it does show you that when you think about family businesses as a political cohort, they are overwhelmingly conservative, and the sentiment that I think you would hear the most if you really drill down, the sentiment most family business owners would give you is they want to be left alone. They want to be able to pursue their entrepreneurial dreams. They don't want to have to deal with a bunch of foolishness, as they might say it, in terms of interference from outside third parties. 69% of those respondents said that it has been harder to do business in the last 5 years than in the previous 5 years. 77%, way more than 2/3, 77% say that the threats are external. That is the overall economic conditions, the tax environment, and the regulatory environment. Their top concerns specifically: number one, reducing regulations. Number two, reducing income taxes. Number three, simplifying the tax code. And number four, reducing or eliminating estate taxes. Capital gains taxes also made it, and reducing the national budget and the budget deficit and also the overall debt. So just as family business owners are very frugal, they're very debt averse in their own businesses, They also know that having an overwhelming debt burden as a nation or a state, depending on where you live, is also problematic. So if you'd ask me as a family business consultant, anybody in my business would say, well, the number one challenge, the number one concern for family business owners is succession. They just struggle with succession in all of its various forms: ownership, management, how to treat family members fairly, et cetera, et cetera. That's not what they said. In their survey, they said the external environment, taxes and regulations are their biggest concerns and the biggest barriers they have to be able to run their businesses successfully. Now, some of the times we get these surveys and we look at them and we say, who in the heck did they interview? Because that doesn't sound like the clients that we know at the Family Business Institute. And I would say this survey does actually mirror the family business environment quite well. There's only one outlier, and this is just a flat lie. I mean, there's no other way to say it. 56% of the respondents said they have boards of directors. Maybe they do on paper. Maybe mom and dad meet, or maybe they even have a board made up of family members. But in terms of real live boards of directors with outside directors and committees and governance and influence on strategy and evaluation of key executives and things like that, 56% is in a pig's eye. That does not happen. But for the most part, this survey is really good, really on it. And I think it does a terrific job of analyzing the psychographics of family businesses as we come to the close of 2016. So let us have your comments. We appreciate it. This is Wayne Rivers at the Family Business Institute. Thank you.